Hello, 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 friends. It's Thursday. We are here in the room, and I see that I have some folks already here hanging out with me. So, hello to you, Kiva, and Chris, and Sherry, and Ashe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Not sure where you folks are on this lovely Thursday. It is afternoon here for me in the great city of New York. I hope that everybody is doing extremely well. Good morning to you, Yolanda. Let the folks know that we are live for some very strange reason. The stream does not like our groups. So if someone could be so kind and share this to the Crochet Foundry makers group and the Fun with Furls group, that would be so helpful on Facebook so that folks know that we are live. Let me see if I can do it myself before I bring our fabulous guest on. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to speak with another amazing designer featured in the August issue of Crochet Foundry. I just love these chats with my friends. Okay, so I'm looking this way because I'm looking at my big screen so I can share with everybody so folks can know that we are live and kicking. Okay, so let's share. Actually, what I'm going to do is share, copy link. That's what I'm doing. All right, I'm sharing it, y'all. Okay. All right. So I'm sharing it. I hope you are sharing it. We have about 21 people in the room. I know that there were some major announcements made last week, and some people are happy, some people are sad. I am always excited about all the amazing things that Furls Crochet is doing. Lorraine and Pam are amazing women. They work really hard to make sure that we have the tools that we need in order to crochet comfortably. We use pretty tools. Most are handmade, but now we are having the opportunity to mass produce and do some bigger things for 2024. And I'm really excited about it. And I hope that you guys are excited about it too. I hope you took advantage of the Odyssey stock that was restocked. Ain't nothing available now. So if you didn't take advantage when it first went up, I'm sorry. But I'm excited to see what is next. I'm sure there are going to be some amazing announcements in the weeks to come. We know that Black Friday is coming, and Furls always does some super cool things during that. So keep your ears and eyes open. I am positive that you will not be disappointed with all the fantastic things that the Furls team is going to bring to you all. So really, really, really excited. I don't know, I keep saying it. Excited about this young lady who I'm going to introduce to some and present to others. Her name, her moniker is Hello Gabby, and she has a beautiful shrug in the August edition of Crochet Foundry magazine. So welcome, Gabby, to the stream. Hello,
Hello.
Gabby.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I am doing extremely well. Tell us who you are, what you do, why I'm chatting with you today, and especially how you came up with the moniker Hello Gabby.
I am the designer of the Summer Sunset Shrug, along with a couple other ones that Furls thankfully released in their previous magazines. I have been crocheting since about 13 years old. So, not to age myself, but 20.
Oh no.
And it's
You went
been,
away again.
oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We'll
Um,
get through it.
yeah. I've been crocheting. I've had my shop for about 10 years now. My Hello Gabby name actually came from my dad. I love Hello Kitty so much, and he said, well, if you make a shop, you should call it Hello Gabby.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's
I,
where Hello Gabby was born.
I love it. So you've been crocheting since you were 13. Who taught you
Yeah.
how to crochet?
A wonderful friend that I went camping with, and she crocheted, and it was just so inspiring, and I loved it. And she gave me some pointers, but 20 years ago, there wasn't video chat or anything we could do like that. So
Mhm.
I took the next step and actually went to a Michael's arts and crafts class and really learned more there.
Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you. I think I always, love, oh boy. I don't know. You keep going away and coming back. I don't know if it's your connection, if it's my connection. I don't know what's going on here, but we're gonna continue to power through. So started crocheting when you were 13, went to Michael's and got some classes. What I know, you said you had other patterns in previous Crochet Foundry magazine.
Yeah.
What kinds of things do you love designing?
Um, I love designing very simple pieces that have a first. My first one was the foxtail pocket shawl.
Okay.
Yeah, that was back in November.
Oh, wow, cool.
I love that one. I love scarves, so I kind of want to just make it a little different than just a normal scarf. So it really is like a cowl, and then it has little scarf tails and the wonderful addition of pockets. You
Nice.
can never
So
have too
that
many pockets.
so that's in the November issue. Oh boy.
Sorry.
Okay. So that one is in the November issue of 2022.
Yes, that
Okay,
one is
cool.
my first one. And
Oh,
then which has it's a cowl with some texture to it, so it's an
so the first
extra.
part, I'm sorry, the first part of, oh boy, the first part of what you said was cut out. So say that again.
The I did the Winter Berries cowl,
Okay.
which came out in February of 2023.
Mhm.
And then I have the Hello Spring that came out in April of 2023.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Good for you. I'm always excited for designers who do multiple patterns in the Crochet Foundry magazine. And I think that's because, the team that you work with is so easy to work with and they're really helpful. And it's just a great opportunity for designers. So good for you. So let's talk a little bit about the shrug that you have in this issue.
Right. So I wanted to create something that whoever was crafting this would just be so uplifted to
Oh,
wear it or give it to someone,
mhm,
because the stitches are simple stitches,
mhm,
and combined together the way they come out, it looks just so lacy and
mhm,
feminine.
mhm.
And I just love, wow, you're so talented, or it's so beautiful. And I just love that outcome. So that's kind of what I was going for when I made the shrug.
So let me see if I can share the shrug so that everybody can see how beautiful it is. It is, in pink, and that is my favorite color, of course.
Mine too.
So love that you did that. Okay, so let's see. So here is the fabulous Summer Sunset Shrug by
Yeah.
Miss Hello Gabby. I think it's a simple, like you said, you like making simple designs. So if you know how to go back and forth, you should be able to make this pattern with no problem. So tell us a little bit about the stitches that you used for this shrug.
It's if you can double crochet and if you could chain, you could do this.
All right. So
Yeah.
it is super beginner friendly. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Look. Ooh. So are these clusters here?
Yes. Yes. So it's going to be alternating between a set of two double crochets, a chain, two double crochets, and then the other set is a double crochet, two chain, and double crochet.
Okay,
And
got
that's
it.
all you need to know.
Very cool. Now, how are the sleeves done? Because I don't know about anybody else on here, but I got my own little wings happening here. So I need, when I'm making well, I ain't even gonna lie and tell y'all I make sweaters because y'all know I don't. When you make things that have to go around the arms, how do you ensure that it's big enough?
Well, first, I like to use a forgiving stitch where it has a little bit of stretch to it.
Mhm.
And then definitely if you are doing a design, I like to give tips of how to make it a little bit bigger or maybe a little bit wider so you can cover more of your arms.
Mhm.
Um, and this one, if you wanted a little bit more room for your arms, you would
Mhm.
just do a couple more rows based on your gauge.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because it's made in a square and you're seaming the side.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, wait. Sorry. I was going
Those
too
are
far.
beautiful.
All right. Oh, how we're going to miss candy shops. They were just so
Yes.
pretty. And I try and do my nails fun colors, and the candy shops always remind me of the different colors I can get from my nails. So I love the customization tips. So you can make the sleeve longer because we
Mhm.
are heading into fall. Maybe if you want a longer shrug, you can definitely do that with the customization here. I always like the suggestions for styling. So your suggestions are you can wear it in the office, casual on the move, casual at home, and of course, date night. Super
Yes.
cute. Super, super, super cute. Now, I know that you used cotton yarn.
Yes.
Do you have any recommendations if folks want to use acrylic
Um,
or
I
any
would
other
say
kind of yarn?
it'll work up the same.
Okay.
This is a very versatile pattern,
Mhm.
and you can make it with really whatever yarn you like, or based on how soft the yarn is. I would love to make it with a soft yarn. Very
Mm.
soft.
It's beautiful, and I love how this it's not a seam, but how it just goes perfectly down the back. How do I ensure that I'm not doing it all wonky? Like, do you have any suggestions on the fold or anything like that?
I would say if you're gonna when you're ready to get to the fold, if
Mhm.
you want to use stitch markers
Mm,
and put them in place and then
mhm,
test it out, because I do put how many inches you want to seam it,
mhm,
but just say you want a little more, or maybe you've added to the width of the shrug, you
mhm.
just want to test it before you do that final knot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So testing is important. Now,
Yes.
everybody who watches my lives know I don't like the gauge. Do I need to gauge to make this?
You would need to do a loose gauge at the very least, just so you know if you want to add or maybe even make it the shrug a little bit smaller or shorter or longer.
Mhm, mhm,
Um, because the stitches are so open,
mhm.
it's not going to be a very, I would say, strict gauge. So
Gotcha.
what I like to create items that even if the gauge is a little off, you're okay.
Okay.
You still get a nice piece at the end.
Okay. You know me. I'm like, do I have to do the pre-work? All right, I'm gonna stop sharing now. It is such a hold on now. What happened? Okay, there we go. It's such a beautiful pattern. If you all have now already purchased your edition of the August edition of the Crochet Foundry magazine, I highly encourage you to do it. Not only is this amazing pattern in there, but there are so many others. As you've seen throughout the month, I've had the opportunity to interview some really cool designers. So cool, and so glad that you were able to come and hang out with me. Do you all have any questions? Please leave your questions in the comments. I'm scrolling through the comments to make sure I am not missing any questions that folks might have. We have so many people here watching and hanging out with us today. What hook did you use when you made this?
I use the eye hook,
Oh,
5.5 millimeter.
okay, okay.
Yes.
Eye hook. Any particular one? Like, what's your favorite line from?
Oh, I love Odyssey, but I guess I'll have to love let's see, I have
Ah,
Streamline.
Streamline Swirls,
Yes.
definitely a beautiful, beautiful hook. Right now, I'm working on a name blanket, another name blanket. I'm actually frogging this one because I needed to change the colors because I found out that the baby's room is not going to be purple and white. It's going to be gray. So I started the second blanket and I needed the white from out of here, but I'm using a streamlined metal. I love streamlined metal.
Oh,
Oh my God. I just
I
love
love
them.
that.
I love the way they feel in my hand, the same way I love how Odyssey's feel in my hand. I love the way it feels in my hand. So cool.
I
Yay.
love furls. It was such a game changer because I was making something really tiny with like a 3 millimeter and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I found out about furls and now I can crochet so long.
I know. It definitely is a game changer. I was a tiny metal hook user
Hmm.
for years. My friend gifted me a candy shop. And I was like, what am I doing? What is this? And I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then I discovered the rest of the line and I was just like, oh, these are yeah, I just love them. Someone is
Those are
like,
beautiful.
"Uh-oh, hopefully you weren't." Yeah, I was. I was already at the crown when I had to frog. So yeah,
Oh no.
fun time. So that's what I'm doing now, frogging. Because I need the white. If I didn't need the white, I probably would have just left this. So sweater weather is coming. We have this beautiful shrug from you, but I know that holiday season is coming. What's on your hook? What you making?
Right now, I'm preparing for holidays, like you said, and I'm making my very popular Mary Jane wrap.
Mhm.
Um, I think that's probably what I might be best known for. I was in a couple magazines with it.
Oh, cool.
Um, it has a little bit of texture.
Mhm.
When I'm designing, I try to design something very basic and then, pop in some texture to get people more used to adding different stitches in different ways.
Mm.
So that one has that. And I also have a tip of if it's a little too much for you, just don't add it. Just keep going normal. So
Okay.
you can always build up a little, you know.
Yeah.
And and for the advanced people, um,
Oh,
more textured stitches.
you went away again. What was the last part you said?
For the advanced crocheters,
Mhm.
they can add additional stitches or they can do something a little bit more unique with it. I'm kind of
Yeah.
giving them the blueprint, if you will, um, and they can make it a little bit of their own. I'm
The
all
cool thing about crochet, like, here's the blueprint. This is what I did. Now you take it and do whatever it is that you want to do with it. Make it your own. I think that's so cool.
I love seeing when people make my patterns. It's one of the best moments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Now, what's your design process? I always ask this question. Do you make it and then write it, or do you write it, then make it, or do you do a combination of both?
First, it sits in my head for a little while
Mhm,
because I try to imagine making it.
mhm,
And then, for example, just like a cowl,
mhm,
what is going to be the easiest way I can make a cowl and describe it just so that everybody, a beginner to advanced, can make it? Because
mhm,
that's really important to me. Back when I was about 13, my dad got me a crochet subscription magazine, which I loved, but some of the patterns were so intimidating.
mm,
So I would look at them for inspiration, but I wouldn't actually do them because they were just so hard for me, and
mm.
especially just starting out. So I
Right.
kind of went my own way to say, if I'm going to do this, I want to make sure everybody can do it and
I love.
everybody can enjoy crochet.
Yes.
So it starts out in my head for a while. I make sure that I visualize what I'm making and make sure that it'll work on paper.
Mm,
So then I go ahead and write it down, what I think I'm going to do, and then I start creating. And then from there, if I do find I want to do something different, or maybe I've thought of something to make it easier, I
mm.
will adjust my pattern from there.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. I like the idea of like working it out in your head first, then putting it on paper, then, working it out and making sure that it makes sense. There's a young lady that I'm following. She was in the magazine previously. And she usually just freehands. She freehands everything. And just recently she decided that she wants to try and make patterns and get testers. What's your process for getting testers for your patterns?
Getting testers in the past has been kind of hard.
Mhm,
I know life happens,
mhm.
so sometimes we can't always finish projects that we started. So I'm actually part,
Oh,
and they vet a lot of the people in this Facebook group.
you went out
Um,
you went out again? What was the last part, the first part of what? Oh boy, internet is just not fun today. Ay, ay, ay.
so
Okay.
um, so I joined I joined a Facebook group that links testers and pattern creators,
Oh.
and they're each side is vetted.
Uh-huh,
So if you have any issues with testers,
uh-huh,
not getting back to you on time,
uh-huh.
we address it, they address it with the group. So it's been a really big help to go
Oh,
that
that's
route.
cool. Because it,
Hmm.
like you said, life happens, and so
Oh yeah.
people agree to sign up to be a tester, and then they drop out or they just don't finish.
Sometimes you get crickets and you don't hear back. Yeah, it's really difficult. So
Mm,
I know that some people have recommended, giving a page or just a portion at a time.
mhm.
That way you can get the progress on the way. So you're not giving out the whole pattern.
Ah.
Yeah.
But there's a look, there's a Facebook group for everything. So there's a
There
group
is.
for that. So for those of you who are designers, you're interested in getting into the magazine, there's opportunity for you to find a group like that, who has testers, crochet pattern testers. That's really cool. The young lady who is working on her pattern right now said folks thought that she wanted them to test the pattern, the outfit that she made on their different sizes. She was like, "No, I want you to make the pattern." Oh boy. Yeah, sometimes people just don't understand. So that's cool that you have access to that group and
Yeah.
that you're getting some traction there and people are willing, they come there for that purpose. So that's cool. I'm afraid to be a tester. I'm like,
No, it's fun. It's fun because you get to see the upcoming ideas and patterns,
mhm,
and you get to be part of pretty much the launch.
mhm,
So you kind of have like your support system of testers when you put out a new pattern.
that's cool. Do you find yourself reaching out to the same people when you test?
I try to, but also try to find new people. Maybe they have new ideas or input.
Mm,
I think that's really helpful just to get a wide variety, especially you want beginners, you want intermediate, you want advanced to make sure that everything flows well.
got it. That makes sense. These are the things I don't think people are aware of that have to
Yeah.
happen before you actually get a pattern into a magazine. Like somebody actually needs to work on this and make sure that it makes sense because it makes sense in your head and in your hands, but when we put it out to the masses, it might not make sense. So that's
Yes.
cool. That's
Yes.
really, really cool. Good for you. How long have you been designing?
I've been designing for about 10 years now, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
My
What made
very
you
first
say,
one,
"I'm gonna do it"? Like, what was the push?
my very first one was the mermaid tail. I don't know if you remember back when that was popular.
Yes, I do.
That was my very first pattern, and I made this and I would get, other people who crochet and they say, "How did you do this?"
Mhm.
And I said, "Well, I started giving them like how I did it, and I'm like, I'm writing this over and over. Maybe I should just make it a pattern."
Wow. Well, congratulations. I'm sure I have that pattern somewhere. I think I made one mermaid tail. I think I did one.
I've
Because
made a few.
yeah, I think I just made one. I was like, I just want to try it. I'm one of those people who's like, let me try it and see if I can make it. And then if I can, okay, cool. I'll tuck the pattern away somewhere. I'm weird.
It's really nice because that pattern does work up pretty quickly
Mhm.
because you start at the widest point and then you work your way to the smaller point. So
Right,
you feel
right.
really accomplished.
because I love a good quick gratification. Like if it's something I'm gonna see it done quickly, I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. This blanket, not so much.
Blankets are definitely a labor of love.
They really do. People know that though? Like, do they know that blankets are a labor of love? Because it takes a whole lot of
No,
time,
no. I
right?
made a blanket last year for my aunt,
Uh-huh.
and it took me hours and hours and hours.
Hmm. Hmm.
It came out beautiful, but it was very long. It took a long time.
Yeah. It's like, and you gotta put this thing away somewhere that the world can't see it. No, put it on display so everybody.
Yes,
So
make it your Facebook profile picture.
hello, so that the world can see all my hard work.
Yes.
So I know we said that the gift season is coming up, so that's what your focus is. How many things do you think you're gonna make during this gift season?
I already have, I think, potentially 12 in line. So
Oh,
I joke that I have a 9 to 5 job, but once holiday season comes, I have a 5 to 9 job as well.
yes,
Yes,
for
they're
sure. Oh boy, so you have a 9 to 5 and you're doing crochet.
yes.
Yeah, I understand. I
It's it's fulfilling though because I love what I do during the day, but I also love my crochet.
Yes, I think we can all agree and identify with that. I have a job to buy yarns,
There we go.
right? I have a job to buy um yarn and furls tools so that I can make
Yes.
pretty things. So someone wants to know, does your shop get really busy?
Yes, extremely busy. I'm working, right when I clock out of work, almost to when I'm falling asleep with the project in my hand. Um, Working weekends on my crochet, but I love it. And with my furls now, I can actually do it and do it all day.
That yes, but it's important, and I'm always telling folks this, that you have to take a break. You have to take care of your body because you don't want your body is your most prized tool, right? So we can have the beautiful, beautiful hooks and beautiful, beautiful yarn, but if you can't physically crochet, you're not doing it, right? So
Right.
please, Gabby, do not fall asleep with the hook in your hand. Please put it down, roll your shoulders, massage, take care of your body, so that you can crochet for as long as you want. Like seriously, I've had people talk about carpal tunnel, and
Hmm.
right now, actually, because of the repetitive of this blanket that I'm making, right in here is really hurting me. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, do I need to reposition when I'm crocheting or what? But like right in here, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that
Mm.
is, but it
I
hurts.
like to use a lot of pillows and prop my arms up. That
Okay.
does help a lot.
Okay.
Relieves the tension from your shoulders.
I saw something recently on Instagram. I think it was an ad. It looked like a bobby pillow,
Hmm.
but the person was crocheting. I was like, that's kind of smart.
Yes.
So maybe I'll look at that because yeah, right in here it's really been paining me.
I'm sorry.
I know, right? That's not fun. That's not fun at all. Um, I am so glad that you were able to join me today. I know I told you I had a hard stop at 11:30 because 9 to 5. This is my lunch break with Furls and Crochet Foundry. But before we go, we have to give away a magazine to the lovely folks who have been hanging out with us today. So what we typically do is I just scroll the comments, and the people who have been commenting the most will be given a copy of this issue of the magazine so that they can make your fabulous shawl. Not shawl, shrug. And make sure you all, when you make these beautiful patterns, to tag Furls, to tag Crochet Foundry Magazine, and to tag the designer. So, Gabby, how can people find you? Where are you?
Oh, I actually prepared something.
Oh,
All one word.
oh, hello, Gabby 88 on all the platforms. Yeah,
Yes, all the platforms.
all the platforms. I love that. That is too cute. Hello Gabby 88 on all the platforms. Please like her, follow her pages and all that good stuff, and be in the know with what's
Yes.
going on with Miss Gabby. All right, I'm gonna scroll. So if you have left comments, you might be in the running to get a magazine. And if you already have the magazine, we will get you a copy of the September issue because that's coming out soon, y'all.
Tomorrow.
Can we talk about that for a moment, Gabby? Can we talk about tomorrow being September?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I remember New Year's Eve.
This is what I'm saying. My children start school tomorrow. I'm like, how? Well, first of all, why are they starting school on a Friday before a holiday weekend? I have no idea. But how did it come so fast? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm
Time
scrolling.
fun.
You tell me when to stop.
Okay. You're scrolling?
Yep, I'm scrolling.
Okay, stop.
All right. Yeah, show. Okay.
Ah!
My good friend, the Naked Snail. If you already have this edition of the magazine, we will definitely get you the September issue, the Naked Snail. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. You can email support@crochetfoundry.com. Let them know that you are today's winner, and we will get you your copy of the magazine. So yay, 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 yay. Oh my goodness, I didn't know. So because we were chatting, and I don't like doing hellos while we're chatting, I'm seeing so many of my friends here. Coletta is here, Patricia is here, Ola Joe, Craig, Yolanda, Ashe, I say hello to you already, Karen, Sharon, Jessica, how are you, darling? The Neck is Snail, Sharon, Sherry. So many friends came to hang out with us today. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your schedule. Handmade Designs, thank you for hanging out with us today. Really appreciate everybody. When you guys come on, it makes my heart feel so glad. Looking forward to September. Looking forward to seeing everybody's makes. I know you guys are going to have some fabulous things going on for this. Our season is coming.
Yes. And I just want to say it's so exciting to be here with you. You're like a celebrity to me.
Oh,
You, Victoria, Heather, Pam, all celebrities. And
yay!
to not be typing and actually be talking to you.
I know, right?
This
It's
is
like,
fun.
yay, we get to face to face.
Yes.
I love it when I can come on and chat with the designers and just hear a little bit about who you guys are and what you're doing and how you're making it all come to fruition. Just want to encourage you to keep going, keep pushing, keep designing. Your wildest dreams are still yet to come to fruition. So you got to keep going in order for it to happen. Thanks for hanging out with me, Gabby.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All righty. Have a fabulous remainder of your day. I'm just going to say bye-bye to the peeps. All right. You guys are the best. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me this morning. Really appreciate it. Congratulations to the Naked Snail. Y'all, next week, I'm sure there are going to be some fabulous things going on in the month of September with Crochet Foundry and Furls Fiber Arts. Can't wait to see what in the world the team is going to have up their sleeves for us. Have a fabulous remainder of your day. For those of you here in the US, a wonderful Labor Day on Monday. Take good care of yourselves. Make sure you are rolling your shoulders, making sure that your body is good to go. Talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.